Hello my friends, and once again, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're back out here in the Hunter Call of the Wild, once again here on Sceudule Park. And what we're going to be doing in today's video, my friends, is a video that I've been very excited to make for quite some time. I love shooting these pheasants so much here in Sceudule Park, you guys. And if you're looking for a great one grind that's relatively easy and is an absolute blast, I would strongly suggest the pheasant grind. And by the end of today's video, you guys are going to know how to do just that. In today's video, guys, I'm going to be teaching you how to get set up, how to find your zones, and frankly everything you need to know about the pheasant grind in order to have the most enjoyable and efficient experience possible. Now, as of right now, I am 74 kills into my pheasant grind, 8 diamonds and 3 rares. This is actually kill 74 right here. Got a solid gold, 15.82, almost hitting that 2 kilo mark there. And the Cacciatore 12 gauge doing an absolutely amazing job. Let me know down below, guys, which of the pheasant plumage types is your favorite for the great one. For me, I really enjoy the sapphire one, and I would love to get that. But I will literally take any one of them as long as it's a 10 fabled or a super rare. I would love to have a super rare. A super rare pheasant has been a dream trophy of mine for many years. Doesn't look like we hit that one very well, but he will go down. So guys, before we do hop into today's video, if you haven't already, please go down there, smash that like button, and subscribe, as it is much appreciated, and it is the #1 thing that can help support the YouTube channel, especially hitting that like button because it gets the videos pushed to more people just like yourself, therefore allowing me to help more people just like yourself. Without further ado, my friends, no more babbling on, no more wasting any of your time. Let's go ahead and dive right into the ultimate pheasant great one guide. Okay guys, so the very first thing that— oh, that was a female. Oh no, I did not mean to do that. I know we also shot a male out here because I was aiming at one. That's probably him right there. Oh, that is so unfortunate. I really hope that doesn't mess anything up. It shouldn't, since that's the only one I've shot. I'm just gonna try not to do it again. Another gold, 16.61 there. So guys, the very first thing that you're gonna want to do is go ahead and get yourself at the minimum of 10 tents. Now, a tip when you're buying the tents, buy all of the same color because you can carry literally an infinite amount of them at one time, regardless of the map limit, which is a universal limit of 16 tents and 32 tripods. But for this grind, we're not going to be using tripods, so at the very least, you guys are going to need to go ahead and get yourself 10 tents. Now, you're also going to need 10 different ground layout blinds. You can find these in the Duck and Cover DLC. I'll show you guys what they look like as soon as I spawn in here, but you guys have already seen me using them in the video. It's this thing that I'm in right now. Absolutely obliterated that pheasant, and I don't see any other males. I hear wings flapping. Yep, it looks like we're all clear. And this guy right here is the duck layout blind, I think it's called, but regardless, you can find it in the Duck and Cover DLC. If you don't want to use these, you can use tripods or ground blinds as a substitute, but I would strongly suggest these just because of the fact that you have a 360-degree viewing angle, and you have shooting lanes literally in any direction. As for this guy, he's not going to make it very far at all. 14.77 there, not quite big enough to make gold. So now that you guys got the hunting structures out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and show you my loadout. Now, ignore the name. This is just my quote grind setup loadout because I've used it to set up my moose grind. I used it to set up my fallow grind, which were both very successful. If you haven't seen those videos and you're new to the channel, I would strongly suggest checking them out. So for my pheasant grind here in Sceudule Park, I bring with me the Variant 22 LR Express, and I rarely use this, but really what I use it for is those extra follow-up shots once the shotgun is out of shots, and maybe once the bird's just flown out of shotgun distance, which is around 75 meters. And I have the Variant 22 LR on me paired with the Argus scope, even though it rarely happens because I kind of suck with it. But when they're flying through the sky, I always have those 10 extra shots to try to get a shot into one, because shooting with a shotgun is not always the easiest thing, and I would say probably 3 or 4 times out of 10 they end up getting away. So it is helpful to have that 22 on you. I would recommend with the Argus, just because it gives you that little bit of extra zoom and makes you a little bit more accurate than if you were using a scope like the Odin or the Hyperion. Pre-warning, it is very difficult to hit them with the 22. I think I've only hit one so far in the 76 kills that I have now. And the other gun that I always have on me is this beautiful shotgun right here. Just make sure there's no more males. Oh, I seen a male right there. He's too far now, so we're gonna switch to the 22 and try to get him. See what I mean? It is very difficult, but it is worth the try, and I'm gonna try to get all 10 shots out there. Yep, we're not gonna get him. It is a lot more difficult than it seems. This is the shotgun that I use right here. It is the Cacciatore 12 gauge, and the reason that I use this shotgun is because of the fact that when it's fully reloaded, you get 6 shots versus 4 shots, which is in the shotgun that I think they give you from the base game. And and I believe that the Cacciatore is only 48,000 in-game dollars, which is kind of cheap compared to some of the other weapons in the game, and I believe that the Cacciatore also comes in the Duck and Cover DLC, so when you buy the Duck and Cover DLC, not only are you getting the hunting structure, but you're getting the Cacciatore 12 gauge as well, so that's another plus. Other than that, that's pretty much my entire loadout. Besides the shotgun scope, which is optional, I just prefer it. If you guys want the exact scope, it's called the Hermes shotgun scope right here, handgun or shotgun scope, sorry, and I believe that this comes in the Scopes and Crosshairs DLC, which also features the Odin. So if you guys have the Odin in your inventory, you most likely have this one available for free, so I would strongly suggest getting it, maybe trying it out, because who knows, you may prefer it. I can tell you for those longer shots with the shotgun, I really do prefer it, but pro tip, if you're going to use it, if they're like right in front of you and they're going to fly up in front of you, just use iron sights. It's going to be a lot easier, and that's something that I learned the hard way in the last 77 kills. So now that the loadout stuff is out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys exactly what you need to know to go ahead and start getting set up for your pheasant grind. Now, this is not like a normal grind. It's actually going to be a heck of a lot easier. You just get this male taken down real quick. I don't see any other males. Nope, looks like that one was the only one. Unlike any other grind in the Hunter Call of the Wild, you guys are not going to need to find all of your zones to get set up for pheasants. You're only going to need to find 10. That is the reason why I told you guys that you're going to need 10 tents and 10 layout blinds, which I would usually recommend all 16 tents and all 32 tripods. But like I said right at the beginning of the video, this grind is a little bit different. I personally think it's the funnest Great One grind. I've never had this much fun grinding. I think mainly because of the fact that it was so easy to set up for, and I was just instantly getting into shooting the pheasants, and I wasn't messing with anything like herd management. There's no way not a single pellet hit that. Like I said, guys, at least 3 or 4 times out of 10, the shotgun doesn't do the job. Very well could have, though. Sometimes it just doesn't run the bullet hit animation. It's not looking like it. I don't see any blood anywhere. So with finding those 10 zones, ooh, that's a big pheasant, 20.03. Holy, he's just a few points under diamond. I will definitely take that. So when you're finding those 10 zones, there's a type of zone that you guys are going to want to watch out for, and that type of zone is a flock zone. Fairly similar, if not the exact same thing as a herd zone. If you guys have ever done a grind like the moose grind or literally any other grind, all that type of zone is a zone with males and females in it. The same thing goes for pheasants with solos. If you shoot a solo pheasant, that zone will vanish, and there's literally no point on setting up with zones that have females only, because obviously you can't spawn a female Great One pheasant. So all 10 of those zones that you guys are going to need to find do need to be flock zones in order to get consistent respawns, and I am actually set up on 9 zones, and I'm getting fairly consistent respawns. Now, some of my zones sometimes fill with females, especially this zone right here. I haven't had a male there in quite some time, especially this zone right here. I haven't had a male there in a while. Really hoping that one spawns in sooner or later, otherwise I may have to go find another zone. But when you're looking for these zones, there's a few different areas that I would like you guys to focus on. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and toss the hotspot map for pheasants here in Sceudule Park, kindly provided by my friend ProXCK, up on screen for you guys right now. And the reason I would recommend Sceudule Park over any other map in the game that has pheasants is because of the fact that this map is only 1/3 of the size of a normal map in the game, making it so that way you have less land to cover to find your zones. So the whole zone finding process is going to be a million times easier. I'm going to go ahead and main menu just to get my pheasants reset, and when you're searching for your zones, guys, I'm going to show you a few different regions that I would really like you to focus on, so that way you can find your flock zones as fast as possible. This region right here is a great place to search. Spend an hour or two here just kind of running around. I found a good herd zone right here, or a good flock zone, sorry. That's gonna still take some getting used to, even 80 kills into the grind. This region in between the 2 creek or river things here is a really good option as well, to kind of divide it up for you guys. This upper portion here is a good choice. I focused more on the lower portion here just because I kind of found it to be more wide open, and I found a flock zone right here that was very consistent. Consistent meaning there was 2 males and multiple females. If you find a flock zone with 1 male and multiple females, as long as there is at least a male in the zone along with some females, that zone will work perfectly fine. But if you have that option to choose between 2 different zones, I would strongly suggest choosing the one with multiple males in it. But as you do your rotations, multiple males will respawn. It just happens some zones will not have any males in them from rotation to rotation. Other zones will have 3 or 4. They are going to jump around. That's just part of grinding, and it happens with every grind. That is completely normal. I'm going to go ahead and jump to here, and I'll show you guys what you need to do at your zone once I finish shooting whatever males are here, if there's any males here. Okay, here we go. I see them. They're kind of far out this time. There's a male. Oh, that was terrible. Squid. Oh, that one hit him. Is there any other ones? Oh, I think that's a male. Oh, nope, that's a female. I'm looking for a rooster. I don't see any. Nope, I think that was the only male. Makes it easier on us. And he's going for a fly, too. It's going to take him a minute to go down. So what I did every single time that I found a zone that would work out, meaning it was a flock zone, I just went ahead and placed the tent down. I didn't even worry about the ground blind yet, or the layout blind. I just went ahead and placed the tent down on it, or at least somewhere near it to go ahead and mark it. There we go. Now we died. Go ahead and get my dog on him. And what you guys are going to want to do is go ahead and find all 10 of your zones and mark every single one of them with your tent. Once you've found all 10 zones, what you guys are going to want to do is start to fast travel in between those zones, obviously at their feed time, which I would recommend the 4 to 8 feed time, but you can also do, I believe, 8 to 11 and 11 to 14 if I'm not mistaken. I prefer the 4 to 8 feed time just because I love the morning time here in Cells Louise, and it gives the map that kind of golden glow, and it just makes me happy to see it. Whatever feed time you choose is completely up to you. All these tips and tricks are going to work the same way. So once you guys have found all 10 of your flock zones, what you guys are going to want to do is go ahead and start fast traveling to those zones, and you're going to want to pay attention to one key thing as you spawn in. You're going to want to be watching what direction that they're flying in. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to place your tent facing towards their zone in the direction that they're fleeing with your layout blind in front of your tent. That's something that you guys have probably noticed in between my zones. Single pellet there. Oh my goodness. Still was enough to take him down. Tracked him 79 meters. Not too bad at all. I'll kind of give you guys an example of that here as I fast travel over to it. You'll notice as soon as I spawn in, if they're here at least, they flee out to the right, giving me the perfect shoot window to absolutely drop. Thought I was going to drop him at least. Well, at least I hit him. My point being, giving me the perfect shoot window to be able to shoot my pheasants. Now, sometimes they'll fly directly over the 10 over me, and at that point, I would take my scope off and just use iron sights. And a lot of times, I've had them drop and fall into my layout blind, which is just too perfect. Maybe we didn't hit that pheasant. I could have sworn I seen a blood splat. That is so interesting. My dog is not finding any blood. Yeah, it's looking like we didn't hit him. I really just could have sworn I seen the bullet hit animation. Oh well, we're going to go ahead and jump to the next zone. And then once you guys are set up at those 10 zones, there's no herd management process. There's nothing else that you're going to need to do besides shoot, 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 and shoot some more. Now, I have multiple friends who have had like 50 kill grinds, and one thing that I will tell you guys is the pheasant great one spawns more frequently than any other great one. So if you're looking for a really fun, consistent, and easy way to get a great one, the pheasant grind is by far the grind for you. Other than that, my friends, that is literally it. Kind of a recap, go ahead, find all 10 of your zones, get set up with tents and layout blinds, placing those layout blinds in the direction that your pheasants are fleeing from, which is kind of difficult with this zone here. I think I may have to make some changes to it because the last few rotations they've been spawning in and kind of flying that way, which before they would spawn in right here and fly directly over me. So you are going to have to make some changes every now and then. Perfect example right now, and honestly I may make some changes right now. But back to the recap, once you have all your tents and layout blinds set up in the direction that they're fleeing from, what you guys are going to want to do is go ahead and start shooting males. Shoot, 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 and shoot some more, and then eventually you're going to spawn diamonds, you're going to spawn rares, and hopefully, I'm sending you all the luck. It is still all random number generation. Could be 2 kills, it could be 2,000 kills. You never know. Sending you all the luck. Hopefully you guys will have some relatively fast grinds. I'm hoping that I'm going to have a relatively fast grind, but we're pushing 100 kills in and nothing so far. But anyways, my friends, if this video was helpful in any way, shape, or form, definitely let me know down below by smashing that like button and subscribing, as it is the #1 thing that can help support the YouTube channel. And without further ado, my friends, my name is Squid, you're watching It's Squidster, and we'll see you later. Peace.